my gosh. That one got away. Man, stinks when that happens. I'm going to illustrate real quick here the tail hook minnow setup that I'm using. Key factors today, you know, you had to get the boat position. You can notice that the water is coming out from underneath the bridge there. Just a little bit of flow to it. That way you could, the way I'm positioned, you can get the boat where the bobber, where it will stop and it'll just hang in their face instead of floating, because if it was floating, they just weren't interested in it. They weren't interested in chasing baits, but if it was in their face, they were definitely going to bite it. I mean, these fish were biting good, but the minnow had to be stopped and in their face. So that was my technique. That was probably the biggest factor in me being able to catch the fish today. I mean, they were biting well. So what we got going here is it's about a 56 degrees, 60 degree day. Water temperature's at about 49 degrees. It's an early spring bite. I mean, the fish are up in these trees. They're not really up in the weeds yet, out on the main lake. They're working their way that way, but they're just not there yet. They're still pretty deep, so you can come back in a creek and where the water obviously warms up faster and find you some crappies to play around with. Now, another thing that I found to be quite amazing was how these fish are all kind of like stacked up in the same spot where they were biting at. If you notice, there's wood and laydown all the way up to that bridge. But if you cast it right near the bridge, there was no fish to be found, no bites to be had. But if you got in it, it was almost like a 15-foot by 15-foot box of a laydown area. And yeah, you had to bring the fish up over the top of some of the wood, which promoted some challenges, but man, it was fun. That seemed to be where you would get all your bites. It was like they were just cruising around back and forth in there. Some, I'm sure, were just laying up underneath the wood and stuff like that. So yeah, it was quite interesting how I pretty much casted that whole area and couldn't get a bite, but that little 15-foot box, it was like the bobber would hit the water and bloom, there it go. So yeah, it was quite interesting. I found it to be.
Do his thing, because that boy is buried.
Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of my video. You know I like to keep them short. You know, watch it on your break or your lunch at work. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's go, 2020. Bring on the crappies.
Oh, got him. Oh, it seems like they're getting bigger. Gosh, look at that fish. Oh man, he's almost 12, 11 and a half.